days, we've heard a lot about smart cities, smart homes, connected lives, huge data clouds, mass surveillance, quite detailed sometimes. Now I want to put that a bit on a kind of abstract level. And while doing that, I would like to show you how kind of schizophrenic the handling of data nowadays very often is. Once upon a time, there had been two kinds of data clouds, if you want to say so. First, there's this kind of governmental data cloud. In there is data preservation, NSA, PRISM, Tempora, BND, intelligent agencies, all that stuff. On the other side, we have a kind of an economical data cloud. It means Facebook is in there, Google, Apple, and so on. Now, nearly everyone got an opinion about these data clouds. Classically, one about all that NSA stuff is, it's disgusting. I don't want to be spied, neither by my nor any other state. There's a right of anonymity. Let's go and demonstrate against that. The other way is, you can't do anything about it anyway, and well, I behave, so shall they spy, nothing to hide in here. Regarding the economic clouds, you need to differ. Outside the filter bubble, it's like, it's for free. Facebook and Google is for free, that's fantastic. I don't mind if they know which sneakers I buy or music I like. Inside the filter bubble, it's a bit different. They say, I know it's for free, I know I pay with my data, but who cares? It doesn't hurt that I pay with my data. Well, and there's this third opinion. This is like kind of, we will all die. We need to shop in real shops. We need to talk to real people. We don't need that digital lives. And by the way, let's go into the forest because then no one can spy us. I will leave that now because I think just denying reality does not lead to any solution. Okay, the problem is it's not that easy. We like to forget. We like to forget at least when the latest gadget is coming up or the latest app who promises more comfort, more whatsoever, then we like to forget. And we want to believe. We want to believe that an iPhone 6s is secure. We want to believe that it is absolutely good if a mobile cannot be broken, meaning the security code cannot be broken, and that it is secure for intelligence agencies. And we want to believe that if we have such a gadget, that we don't need to think about things like what are apps doing, what is my phone doing. We do not want to think about that. We do not want to know. We do not want to know about the fact that, for example, the iPhone 6s is still collecting geolocation data. And we do not want to think about the fact that there might be a good reason, maybe, that an intelligence agency or police or prosecution is cracking the code, because maybe there's a crime and information for that is needed. At least, or if a judgment is there from court. You know, not only the police is just going into it, but if there is an allowance by court. So we don't want to think about that. Now I do have an example. We don't want to know, this is my Facebook profile, at least it looks like. I was victim of an identity theft. Someone was stealing my photo and getting my information. If this had been that, I would be fine, just call Facebook and tell them to shut down the profile. The problem was that someone else was using this profile to threat other people under my name and under my profession that I'm a lawyer. You know, he said, I'm the lawyer Nina Dirks, I know what I tell you, and he or she was threatening people. I brought you this case because, of course, I cannot bring you the cases of my clients, you know, due to data protection and personality rights of my clients. But this has happened, meanwhile, quite often. Things like that. Now I would like you to ask yourselves, what if you, your brother, your mother, your wife, anyone of the one you love is attacked and threatened by someone who's unknown? Would you like just to shut down the page, or would you like to know who threatened you down? Would you like to catch him or her? I don't know, probably you have never thought about that, and you have never thought about what can you do then. The problem is, or other way around, it's quite easy to be against data preservation. That's bad. They're, hunting us down, kind of saving all the data about us. But if it comes to cases like that, there's really a problem. Today, there's no real chance to hunt people down, to hunt down identity thefts or cyberbullying, because police and prosecution, they are not prepared for these cases. If you go to the police and tell them about that, probably it will be like, what did you say? Identity theft on Facebook? What's that? They just don't know how to handle it. Furthermore, it's quite difficult to subsume actions like these under the existing crime laws. Quite difficult. What happens if you go to a prosecutor or to the police is probably that there will be a dismiss of action. They won't do anything. There's a slight chance to go to civil court, but only very, very, very vague, to win a claim for the right to information in this case. And even if prosecution would do their work, or if a civil court would give you the right to get that information, there is that problem. Maybe you've got then an IP address, because that's the only tiny thing you could get. Then there's nothing, because we don't have any data anymore. Even if you have it, you just can't do anything about it. You won't find a name. You won't find a person. You won't find a link to a person. And it does not matter if a judge even says it's okay to get this data at this point. So again, it's easy to be just against, but what if one of you, your beloved ones, threaten it? Then the point of view you will have towards this probably change. Well, it's complicated. Now we're going into another case where I say we don't want to know. Completely different. Google owns a worldwide banking license, and they got a patent since 2005 called dynamic pricing. This evaluates individual prices for each customer in an online shop. How do they do? The price is related to the individual background of the customer, to his special personal data history, his search inquiries, what he bought in an underage shop, and so on. Means if you're a student, and if you're obviously not that rich because you're ordering the cheapest wine and I don't know what, then maybe the sneakers are coming up for you for 40 euros. If you are someone who's ordering all the time the expensive wine and Googling for more expensive things, then probably the same sneakers will be offered you for, 80 or 120 euros. It will evaluate what probably you will be pay for a good. And then, if you're scared, or if you think, what's she talking about, just follow this link. It's all open and you can find it there. The question is, so it does not hurt to give away your data into a demanding black box? If it comes to that, then it directly kind of hurts. Another example, by the way, I do not have in here, is if we think of the Berlin main train station. Do you want it to be bombed by terrorists? I bet no one would say yes. You want the police and maybe intelligence agencies that they get information somewhere to take care that it will not happen. But at some point, how do they get the data? Where do they get it from? Just leave it there and think about it. So the questions I'm raising are, shall there really be no possibility to stop several kinds of cybercrime? Maybe there is a need for kind of a small data preservation, like the highest court in Germany, by the way, suggested. Is there really no way to stop the obvious disproportionate tracing by intelligence agencies like the NSA, BND, and so on? But then next question, what's proportional, who defines it and who controls it. We had that yesterday as well, and today. Shall algorithm determine our lives? Who's in control? That's wrong. Anyway, who's in control of that? Again, maybe is there a need for a controlling institution regarding algorithm and or data clouds and so on and so on. Questions about questions. Still, big data, and whatever you here now think it is or might be, it's not about to come. All these questions, all this data is there, it is used, and it will be used. So I think the problem is what we have at the moment is that people are either totally against it, whatever it is at the moment, or totally for it and say, oh, that's a fantastic possibilities. But I think easy answers to complicated and complex questions never have been helpful to find solutions for these questions. What I think what we really do need from now on regarding all these topics, who are intermixing anyway, is that we need a real open-minded and especially differentiating discussion and debate about all that things. And I think the data days are a really good example for that, because here, for the first time that I had that experience, are people from different professions regarding data coming together. Not only lawyers are discussing the points amongst them, or not only IT professionals or academics, they're coming all together and getting insights from each other. And I think the debate or the question, how can we find a solution, is just at the very, very beginning, because most people don't want to debate. But I say is, and then we're coming back to the title, to claim anonymity, that's what we are fighting for, combined with the new iPhone, and do you have the newest version of the WhatsApp app in one breath, does not really mean to lead a differentiating debate. It's just kind of schizophrenic. At least it is contradictorily. Yeah. And this again, at least as long as we don't know. I really like the idea Stefan Noller mentioned before, or of this kind of transparency QR code for gadgets and or for apps or for whatsoever, because there is then, or there would be the possibility to get informed. At the moment, we really very often don't have a real possibility to get informed, to become informed. We just don't know. So I would like you to ask, please think and debate. At the moment, the seats are comfortable. It's easy to say, oh, that's really, really good, as easy as it say, oh my God, data clouds, no, that's really dangerous. We need to regulate that till dawn. I think that's both sides are not enough. We need to talk to each other, we need to debate, we need to spread the word, because I still think we are here in a filter bubble. The people outside don't think about these things, but it is important. I think it's a time to create new rules for new times. And with rules, I don't only mean legal rules, or I don't know if I even mean legal rules, but we have to discuss. I think otherwise, there will be no solution for the upcoming problems in our real but digital lives, or in our digital but, of course, still real lives. And there will be problems. As Stefan Noller said, okay, at the moment, there are these innocent data packages and huge data clouds, but humanity, to be honest, humans are not good. That's a fact. And so they will use it in one or another way, which might be good. Google is not evil, but maybe someone else will be used it in an evil way. So at this stage, I would like to close with a quote of Sascha Lobo. Never thought I would but he said, it shall be our aim to proceed the digital cross-linking of our society under human conditions without flushing down the essential merits of enlightenment on a toilet in Langley. And I think there's so much truth in that. I would add, or somewhere else, else maybe in a toilet in a Silicon Valley or in Berlin or Hamburg or Paris, I don't know. But we really have to think about new rules for new ages. Thank you.